Good morning, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. Welcome back. We're glad to have you. That's for sure. Mike and Arlen, our Philippine journey. The Philippines has a special fast lane just for you. Okay? Right to jail. And we're going to talk about it. And we're going to give you all kinds of stuff and information, to be honest with you. So let's go and talk about it.
I never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, cause I got no chance, no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough.
Okay. No, the Philippines is not after you individually, okay? They really and truly are not. But they have some laws that you need to be aware of. You have got to be aware of these laws. Let me start off with two things that are vitally important here. If you skip the rest of the video, listen to these two things. Number one, we are not attorneys. We're not licensed to practice law anywhere. I've never been licensed to practice law. Used a lot of lawyers, been in court a lot of times. That's the art of being in the medical business industry and healthcare in the U.S. All right. In the Philippines, the closest we've come is having legal documents done, but never had an adversarial or reason to be in court. So we are not lawyers. We've never pretended to be lawyers, and we're not going to. Number two, please, we do our very best to provide backup data, information, links, and everything else for the information that we bring you. Down below, for each of the instances that we're going to talk to you about, there are links to the actual Philippine laws, all right, to the actual Republic Act, all right? And there's a lot of information in them. Read it completely should you want to, all right? Otherwise, it's your choice. Take it at face value or just say, you know what? This is just too much for me to deal with to even become involved in. That's usually the smartest idea. All right. With that being said, please do subscribe. We put a lot of effort into these. We appreciate it. We have a great community of subscribers that are intellectual and that like this information, and we hope you like it too. Otherwise, maybe you like some of our satire. I don't know. But please do subscribe and hit that thumbs up. So let's get started so we can get through this quickly. These are not the only laws you need to pay attention to, but these are the ones that most prominently apply. They're the easiest ones for you to get in trouble over. Now, okay, the easiest things to talk about here is just how quickly can you go to jail. It's an express lane for many of these offenses. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, the first one that we need to talk about, at least in our opinion, is the drug issue. How much trouble can you get into drugs? All right. The Congress of the Philippines, 12th Congress, first regular session, Republic Act number 9165. This goes back to 2002. There's plenty, we're going to put the link below. There's plenty of case law that you can look up that goes through all of this. Okay? It really and truly is. Drugs is not something the Philippines takes jokingly. The amount of trouble you can get into varies based on intent, whether you're selling it, whether you're distributing it, whether you're just using it. How much can you get in trouble for? You can get in trouble up to 12 years and 1 day minimum to 20 years and a fine from 300,000 pesos to 400,000 pesos for a trace amount up to 5 grams. And then it keeps escalating. All right. Once you hit their limit, which is somewhere between 10 and 20 grams, all right, I can't remember exactly. It's in the act that the paperwork that's going to be in the link below. All right. You go for life. And keep in mind that, you know something, there's a lot to be understood here. You will sit in jail for God knows how long before you even get to trial. Will you get out? Can you buy your way out? Can you pay off this person and that person? I guess anything's possible, but why would you want to do that? Leave your drugs at home and don't get involved with drugs here. It's just that simple. All right, the next one that's really interesting for you, or at least in our opinion, we think it's interesting. All right, and that's the violence against women and their children. Now, this is Republic Act 9262, and there's case law out there for that. Now, we're going to put the link into the actual law, and then you can look up the case law yourself. You can Google it. There are plenty of examples. I didn't see any reason for it. But here's where it comes in handy. If you've got a short temper, don't be aggressive. Don't hit. Don't have any sort of violence towards your partner, your live-in partner, your legal partner, your wife, your whatever, or their child. You will go to jail. And it is done in a little bit of a different manner, but it's still there. You can't win that. That's a he said, she said thing, and you will lose. Not because you're a guy, but because they're a Filipino and you are not. Okay? Now, let's get on to a couple of funner ones. These are even better. Okay? I find this one to be pretty darn interesting. Republic Act 11313. The act defining gender-biased sexual harassment on the streets, the public, the spaces, online, workplaces, etc. You know where I'm going with this, don't you? Okay? Let me tell you, this law is wide open. You can get in a lot of trouble because it's not it isn't a sexual issue as much as it is harassment. Okay? Why they call it gender-based and sexual harassment when it is generally guys against girls. And I would just say this. Look at what I'm going to show you here. I think that this is important. I think that you recognize where we're heading with this. And I think that it's important that you, when you're coming here, you recognize what this issue really and truly is. So in this particular instance, there are specific forms of items you have to watch out for. Let's read this for just a second because it's important. What's a public space? These are public spaces: streets, alleys, parking lots, schools, school buildings, public parks, malls, bars, restaurants. Any place that allows the public in. is a public space under their definition. If you go to the law and you read it, you're going to find out. I just didn't want to cut and paste everything everywhere. Sometimes you got to do a little bit of your own homework, right? In addition to that, it refers to an online conduct targeted, all right, at a particular person that causes or likely to cause another mental, emotional, or psychological distress. So in other words, if you upset somebody by what you say online, you could be subject to this. I'm just reading, don't shoot the messenger. I'm reading you the law, all right? If you want to interpret it a different way, you want to go get your own attorney, more power to you. This is what it says. If you don't want to go through all of that, then just avoid it. Avoid it completely. These are the things that are really important. Why bother to be biased? Don't be disrespectful. All right? You just can't do that. It's that simple. Now I'm going to close this out with another one. All right? I didn't include it here because it has so many contradictory positions. Human trafficking, significant issue. If you engage in an illegal act of prostitution is illegal. If you engage in prostitution and you had reason to know that they were being coerced or trafficked, you are then part of human trafficking. That's another legal issue. Watch yourself. Be very, very cautious that you stay within the law. Nobody wants to see you go to jail. So I've given you some. We could have given you more, but these are the fast ways to get in trouble. These are ways you can easily get in trouble other than being in a fight or something like that. We know those things. These are a little bit different. I want your comments. What do you think about it? Do you think it applies? How do you think it applies? Don't shoot the messenger. Use the links below to go find out what you want to argue about. If you want to say XYZ is not, then you need to provide to me the Republic Act that's contradictory to that. And if you don't supply it, I'll just delete your damn comment. All right? Either you put forth the effort we put forth or shut your fucking mouth. One or the other. We love the rest of you, that's for sure. Hey, thanks. We hope you have a great day.